Welcome to the Unveiling Shadows podcast. I'm your host, Kimberly Mosby. Join me as I dive into powerful stories of resilience and strength. In each episode, I sit down with guests who have faced similar journeys of coercive control, financial manipulation, and personal invasion. Together, we uncover the shadows, share our experiences, and inspire others to reclaim their lives. Tune in, listen, and be a part of the community that stands tall against the forces that seek to control us. Hello, welcome to Unveiling Shadows. I'm Kimberly Mosby, your host. And one of my friends, who's another TI, sent me an article from Wired magazine. And it says, "The microwave scream inside your skull." The U.S. military bankrolled early development on a non-lethal microwave weapon that creates sound inside your head. But in the end, the gadget may be just as likely to wind up in shopping malls as well as battlefields. As this person reports, this project is known as MedUSA, a contrived acronym for mob excess deterrent using silent audio. And it should not be confused with the long-range acoustic device and similar gadgets which simply project sounds. This one uses the so-called Microwave Auditory Effect. A beam of microwaves is turned into sound by the interaction with your head. Nobody else can hear it unless they are in the beam as well. The effect has long been a laboratory curiosity with no application, but over the years, the military has been intrigued. The idea, dubbed a telepathic ray gun, was mentioned in a 1998 U.S. Army study, which turned up in a recent Freedom of Information Act document dump. 5 years later, the Navy decided to put some R&D dollars, which is research and development for those of you who don't know, into the project. Now, as I note on the New Scientist's website, Dr. Lev Sandovinik of the Sierra Nevada Corporation has provided more details. There are health risks, he notes, but the biggest issue from the microwave weapon is not the radiation. It's the risk of brain damage from the high-intensity shock waves created by the microwave pulse. Clearly, much more research is needed on this effect at the sort of power levels that Dr. Sadovinik is proposing. But it does prove hazardous. That does not mean an end to weapons research in this area. A device that has delivered a lethal shock wave inside the target's skull might make an effective death ray. That sounds fun. He also makes the intriguing suggestion that instead of being used at a high power to create an intolerable noise, it might be used at a low power to produce a whisper that was too quiet to perceive consciously, but might be able to subconsciously influence someone. The directional beam could be used for targeted messages, such as in-store promotions. Oh, you've got to go buy this. Let's go make more money for corporate greed. He even suggests that subliminal advertising beaming information that is not consciously heard, a notion also spotted on the U.S. Army's Voice to Skull page. While the effectiveness of subliminal persuasion is dubious, I can see there might be some organizations interested in its capability. And if that doesn't work, you can always point the thing at birds. They seem to be highly sensitive to microwave audio, so it might be used to scare flocks away from wind farms or shoo pigeons from city streets. What happened to all the birds, by the way? I haven't seen very many. So that's my article for today. It's on Wired, and it is dated, I will tell you, July 6th, I'm assuming this year, even though it says 2888 at 7:88 a.m. Stay strong. You got this. Thank you for listening to the Unveiling Shadows podcast. I hope today's episode has shed light on the experiences that too often remain hidden. If you or someone you know has a story to share, please reach out to me. Remember,
You're not alone, and your voice matters. Follow me on social media and subscribe to the podcast for more inspiring stories. Until next time, stay strong and keep unveiling the shadows.